Hi, this is Sito, the gaming nerd, and today I will talk about with you about censoring in Germany, gaming censoring in Germany, so or banned games in Germany, as this is. So yeah, what is really that game ban? Uh, Yeah, we got here, like everyone else in the world, a waiting system. Uh, we got not have the piggy system in Germany. Uh, we got the USK system. Uh, they have 0, 6, 16, 18, that stuff. Uh, you see here, it's like ET and so on. And then there is a banned version that you can look at schnittberichte.com. Uh, Everything that's censored also. Um, Games or really games that are banned here in Germany, that's official banned. Uh, with that banned titles, I have it's forbidden to buy them in Germany. It's forbidden to sell them. It's forbidden to show even the cover art uh, here or show this anything about these games in public. With that, even the cover art, you can go to jail. You can get fines for that. I've heard about. And yeah, the two most known games that were banned or are banned here in Germany completely are Wolfenstein and the Manhunt series. You can't buy them legally here. You must drive uh, outside Germany to buy them, then come back, and that's how you can have them legally here. Uh, while transport or made public or so, you must wrap them up so that no one can see the cover. So even when the border patrol, at least when you come, at example, from the US, here you bought Manhunt there, you must wrap it up. You must be sure that no persons under 18 are in the room when you open it up, and cause you have then when you do that some problems. So yeah, you must say then that there's something you can't show kids. I think you see here PlayStation 2 version. The funny thing is the Xbox version is only on a list. It's not banned. It's on the index from Manhunt. So the index is like, okay, you can't buy that normally in store. You must be 18 or over. So that's then okay. They must have a separate room, like when Blockbuster or other rental DVD or video game shops back in the day, DVD rental shops or VHS rentals, with the black cotton, no, not cotton, you know what I mean, where you want to go there in there, that's the 18 stuff, and so, that's how you managed to get most of the games, there, yeah. So, on there is the index, and there's really the banned type of thing. Yeah. The banned thing is that what I spoke about earlier in the video, that you can't really buy them legally here in Germany. That you must drive to Austria, Swiss, USA also to get there, to get them, these games, and bring it into Germany. You can't sell them, you can't buy them legally, yeah. And there's the index. That's a softer version. That's really, you can buy these when you're over 18. When a game is not released here in Germany for some reason, they can't get a USK rating over 18 or so, or they reach out to the USK and want them to rate this, and got no rating, they're landed also on the list. And yeah, everything before the USK was founded is on this list, you can say, normally. So every arcade machine is at rated 18 because there are some strange laws I read one time, and yeah. So you see, this is the list really that bans games. That's really, you can't buy these legally here. They can get, you can't show them in public and so on. You see some really things on here like Wolfenstein Australian version, PS3 version, EU version, Korean version. So you can't buy this legally here. Soldiers of Fortune, Silent Hill Homecoming is also banned UK and USA version. Scarface, The World Is Yours. So there are German versions, but they're heavily censored. So Mortal Kombat 3 is on the list. Mortal Kombat also a thing that's heavily censored here. Some of the most things are on the index and not on here. That's really the really bad stuff. Let's say that. Hatred video clips are on this list. So yeah, you know, Hatred, that's suicidal game, that really criticism. That's one thing I can say, yeah, I understand this, why it's on that list. Like Manhunt, I also understand this, how it's on that list. I don't understand why the Xbox version isn't banned, but yeah, it's like it is. Left 4 Dead 2, we got here in Germany a censored version of Left 4 Dead 2 with very different, the most things in 18 plus shooters also back in the day till recently, the last years, are there's no blood, the dead people faded away, they disappear after you kill them. and so on and so on. In Mortal Kombat, when it was released here, Shaolin Monks and Mortal Kombat 5 were the um, first Mortal Kombats, I think, that were legally released with a USK 18 rating, I think. You got cut out the Mortal Kombat 2. You got rid of the finishers. The finishing moves are technically in there, but instead of you see the finishing moves, you have black screens. I think also the Australian people who watch this now know what I'm talking about. So you doesn't see the finishing moves, you hear the voices, you hear the finishing moves, but you can't see them, you can't see any blood there. They censored also in the CGI movies all the violence, yeah, and most of the blood. So as today, it's funny to look back and say, wow, okay, that's was a thing here. Yeah. And at the time the original Xbox PS2 and GameCube was out, there was also a big discussion about video games here in Germany. It's like in the 90s, the Mortal Kombat case, we have too many violence and so on. Yeah, there was the here in Germany it was called Killergames, Killerspiele. This discussion goes from the early 2000s till a few years back now. I think 2016 was the last time that was called. So it starts with school shootings. With that, we got documentations about that. The media call them killer games. The politicians want to ban violent video games. I mean here, and the main focus was on Counter-Strike at the time, because got 3 or 4 school shootings here in Germany, and every time killer games were publicly was where the main focus on, because they shooted these people, they shot these people because they played Counter-Strike, they played GTA, they played World of Warcraft. Yeah, World of Warcraft was also a thing there back in the day. And yeah, we got discussions on TV with that. So, and one of the things I really know, there were on a TV series called Frontal 21, really bad news about that. Also, in 2012 or 13, there were something about LOL, League of Legends, with yeah, with about the main focus on free to play and pay to win. So you must buy this or that to get better. So like that what Battlefront 2 Battlefront 2 made there. You know that, with loot boxes and so on. And they say it there, if you leave once, you get banned. You get mails that said, if you leave once more, you get banned. your account get banned for lifetime and so on and so far. Yeah. And back in the day, it was like, I said, Killergames, Counter-Strike, GTA, and with descriptions of things of games, of these games that wasn't true, like in a German version of CS and GTA, it isn't blood isn't really there, so or you can't get rid of limbs in GTA San Andreas here in Germany, and so on. Yeah, that's, and they say you can do that, or you can fly. It's like you can go in GTA 3, fly a plane into Twin Towers or so. That's really that case of arguments that isn't really possible in that games. Or we got a professor from my town that's called Professor, and described him as an expert in video games, you know, and he's so like the lawyer in the US, that popular lawyer that will ban all the games. That's the equivalent here in Germany, this one professor. And he makes studies in schools, also in my school back in the day, and I didn't know what's about that, so they go to my schools, and other schools here in my town and other towns here in Germany, and would ask some questions. And yeah, that was so. Which type of video games do you like? Ego shooters, jump and runs, etc., etc. What type of games do you play? And then he goes to the TV. He was invited to a TV show, and yeah, he said it was a discussion about Killergames, of course, and World of Warcraft. He said World of Warcraft is a war game where you play as a commander, as a vet, as a soldier, and you go to war and try to kill as much enemies as possible. That's so around that what he said. So, and everyone who knows a bit of gaming history knows that this isn't really true. So, World of Warcraft was, he's described Battlefield, first Battlefield, but not World of Warcraft. That's so wow. And they showed screens, game sequence of Battlefield. And when you watch this today, it's hilarious. And in 2015, when the massacre on Charlie Hebdo in Paris was made, he came back on radio, on German radio, on official German radio, and claimed that video games were the video games was the fault for the terrorists to do so. Not ISIS there, but video games like Counter-Strike or World of Warcraft. He said that these games were the fault for the terror attack in Paris on Charlie Hebdo. So that's hilarious, and it's like a conspiracy theorist. So, and I'm ashamed that this person lives here in my town. And wow. It's just unbelievable that someone claimed video games do that to people. And yeah. And so he got also a sister, and earlier in the video I said you about this Frontal 21 TV station, not TV station, that clip with LOL. And yeah, she was there, one person who said also, who was interviewed there, and that's also really weird for that, what this was. They also said there, I think, that no. No, okay. It isn't online at the moment, so there.
Mal
An. Zitat. 0.
So this lady is the thing, and yeah, they say it's just make money with that and so on. Showed some press conferences there, and this is the TV clip there. When you have interest in that, just watch it and so on. Yeah. It was a really big thing there. You see 100,000 views, and that's a re-upload. And yeah, I really sad that goes so far that the politicians said in the contract they made after every election, the parties, that they would ban those games. And yeah, to be honest, we got very lucky that this doesn't come true. Because when you just have games weighted 0 or 6, we don't have any Halo, then any Call of Duty, or any major thing. Because the ego shooters start at age 12. Or a killer game is, gosh, or not even some games that rated 0, because the definition of a killer game is every game that shows killing of people, of humans, in any form. So when you have like Anno, or some strategy game like Command and Conquer, so that's, yeah. Alien Colonial Marines also, when you kill aliens, that's fine, but not like strategy game where you play that's rated 6 or 0, when you got into fights. And yeah, is there anything that I forgot about that, what I want to say? No, I think not, but I think yes. So,
Kurz sagen, was World of Warcraft ist.
This
World
is
of Warcraft ist ein Strategiespiel, wo man Rollen spielt. Man ist
This is the thing I talked earlier. World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is a strategy game where you play.
Unteroffizier oder Offizier oder General und man denkt sich Strategien aus, man ist Arzt,
This
man ist
should be World of
Sanitäter.
Warcraft.
In einem sehr komplexen Gebilde wirkt man gemeinsam darauf hin, dass man kriegerisch Erfolg hat.
They talk about that this is World of Warcraft and that's bullshit. So, also Doom was
Spiel ist nicht indiziert.
Doom was a big thing back then. Doom 3, also in the fire of the media. And yeah, they found these titles there: Half-Life, Die Hard, Gothic, Hitman, Quake. Also, they claimed this as a great example for a murder.
You're the greatest.
Du bist der Größte.
And this should be a pervert. So I don't think that is pervert. So this is a Silent Scope 1, I think. It's Silent Scope complete on the Xbox that I have. And you play as a policeman there and must rescue a woman at this mission where you give them a headshot. So I don't think this is really that.
Man kann Verkäuferinnen nicht zumuten, Spiele ab 18 Uhr an Volljährige zu.
And then there was an interview. This is from Tile 21. The chief of the USK were asked if there are any regulations. So it's like that, you know, when you go to GameStop also or be in any video game department, when you say here you can go to the cashier must check if you're old enough to play this game, like GTA that's rated here 18 or in the USA M. And they say the person who make the interview with the CEO of the USK said, why you don't regulate the games, and it isn't the person at the cashier who should control that if the person is old enough or not. So, but that's the he answered that's what the cashier must do, because they regulate that by putting stickers on these games. And yeah. And then we have some GTA stuff.
Insgesamt 1,5 Millionen spielen in Deutschland sogenannte Ego-Shooter, Killerspiele. Nazis gegen Amerikaner. Das Ziel, möglichst viele Menschen töten.
Shooter, direkt Spiel mit der Ketten.
And they say here GTA is an ego shooter. That's also funny. And nah. They also claimed that the hot coffee mod is really accessible part of the games. And then Hitman. Nah. Hitman is shooting all around everyone and so on. And yeah. They say that. Okay. I think I got everything I want to say now. So I hope you can follow me with that over everything. Even if it's a bit, yeah. Not the ground, it's so, everything is mixed up. That's what I want to say. So, I hope you enjoyed that. So, and yeah. Have a nice day. And be sure, if you like that, give them a like. I hope you learned a bit about the situation here in Germany with that all Killergames and so on. And yeah, bye.